I don't know if you noticed the same thing that I have done here lately, but did we reach peak AI? And no one is mentioning it. Are we too afraid to admit that maybe this is where it gets, and maybe it's only downhill from here?
Since I recorded this video, I just learned that Michael Burry, the guy who actually predicted the financial crisis, albeit he was a bit early on the financial crisis in 2007 and 2008, the bubble, the housing bubble, has just put a bet against all of these AI companies and shorted them for more than $1.1 billion in Nvidia and Palantir and all sort of AI related stocks. So I can't claim that I'm the only one who feels this way, but yeah, let's just get back to the video.
We need to remember this. Everyone who talks and hypes AI are either the CEOs of the biggest tech companies out there, or consultants, or like digital marketeers and so on, people who want to hype this and sell AI as something they wanted to implement in these companies. I, for one, am actually in this bucket of marketeers who work with AI. I've been working with AI in my day-to-day job for maybe just a few months since OpenAI launched ChatGPT, and I use it daily. So besides the flashy things about AI, the images are getting better. That's clear. The videos are getting better. That's clear. I don't know if the actual LLM, the text generation is actually getting better, because when I don't feel like during at least the past year that there has been any improvement at all in the AI. And I think still AI is a wrong term, because it's not artificial intelligence. It's just a language model that takes like something that's near to like, they take a vast amount of data online, and then they show you what's closely correlated to this. I don't know actually how it works, but it's a language model, not an AI. Because AI would imply that it's thinking for itself, and I don't feel like it's recognizing patterns and showing patterns on that behavior. So I know that all of the pro AI people would maybe be pissed and say, that's going to be what is called the big supercomputer is coming, and so on. That might be true, but maybe it's not going that way at all. Maybe OpenAI will soon, because they just change from a non-profit to a for-profit organization, and they are going to, as far as the media say, they're going to go for an IPO. And that's because I think they need more money to keep going. And according to some business, I think it was Business Insider or Forbes article that I just read, or I got shared online, they have expected to lose $500 billion. That's $500 billion in losses after they also made some money. That's losses, total loss next year or so. And the other big tech companies, Facebook, Google, etc., who is investing in this, have also invested a lot without taking any profit. So maybe we can total this to $1 trillion in losses when it's all added up. And at some point, it has to make money. At some point, this can't keep continuing. This bubble that we can, maybe all of us agree on, we are in, at least it's a financial bubble around the AI, then it needs to level out. I heard somebody talk about, or I saw some post talking about that the cost you are paying right now for AI, for using AI, with whether it's the subscription or the API fees, is closer to one I think it was 1/300th of what it should be costing if we were to pay for the electricity bill and all the investments. Another tried to make the argument that if we should be paying what it should be costing, and these companies would also have a profit and still keep investing, we are paying 1/1000th of what it could be costing. So you have to take the price that you're currently paying if you're working with AI. Maybe it's within a subscription fee, or it's the API calls to OpenAI or something else. You have to multiply that number by 300 to 1,000 to get an actual estimate of how much it would cost to have these companies turn a profit. And even Jeff Bezos said in an interview that we know that there will be a correction. I'm just paraphrasing. We know there will be a correction. Maybe it is a bubble, but he is also one of the CEOs who survived the dot-com bubble with Amazon. And he can confidently say that after the crash, something good will come out of it. And that's right. There has been developments in these open source LLMs, but we still continue to see that these require so much power to run. I actually was fascinated about a YouTube video from PewDiePie, who made his own LLM or his own AI machine at home. And it's packed with 10 or 20 5090 graphics cards to run an AI. And maybe it wasn't a 5090, maybe it was 4090. It doesn't matter. But it's a machine maybe $40,000 machine he paid because he is a rich OG YouTuber, and that's fine. He's doing this work for us so we can see how much it actually is. So, and that's a basic language model. But I think in the future, that's how we are going to look at this. We are going to have a lot of great automation in a lot of companies who are willing to invest $50,000 or $100,000 in hardware, or maybe $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month in this. And for many companies, that's a good thing. That's easy. Then there's this article from, I think it was Harvard or something, that says 95% of all AI-led programs in the top S&P 500 companies has been shut down because they failed to make a profit in their company, or failed to do something significantly different in the company. We've also seen Amazon, the hosting part of Amazon, I think Amazon Web Services. They just had a gigantic crash the other day, which actually blacked out maybe 40 or 30% of the entire internet services because the hosting center was down. And that's because, and people are saying that's just after they fired a lot of employees and they hired some AI bots to do something instead. And when they crashed, no one had any idea what it's doing. And now we see YouTube right now implementing AI in their banning of YouTube channels. And instead of having humans at the other end to determine whether a channel should be banned, there is a lot of channels who are banned with AI. And we also see that in our algorithm, the AI needs to understand our video good enough for the AI to push it. And at some point, all of these AI failures in bigger companies will lead to them not using AI as much. We see so many answers in the Google AI direct answers that's wrong. We see OpenAI getting sued by copyright holders all over the place. Because just think on the fact that OpenAI, all of the data OpenAI has been trained on sources they just didn't have access to. They didn't have the rights to. There is a YouTube video out there with the director of video of OpenAI, I think, OpenAI, and she was asked directly if their video was trained on YouTube videos, or their video engine was trained on YouTube videos, and she couldn't answer it, because it is. She just kept saying that our model is trained on publicly available data. But just because something is publicly available, doesn't mean that they have the rights to do so. So if and when EU, they will do this, get their legislative engine and really gets to like sue all of these companies for all of their copyright infringements. I don't know how they can detrain these. I don't know if that's even possible, because as people are saying, the toothpaste is out of the tube. You can't put it back in. But these companies, the first companies, OpenAI and so on, might break down, and because of maybe mega lawsuits, maybe because they are running out of money or something else. So the first generation of a lot of these companies, just as in the .com wave, a lot of these companies died out, and afterwards we saw the birth of e-commerce and later on social media. Let's just call it that still, because that's what everyone is calling it, even though I don't like the term social media. But we saw the birth of the interconnected internet via e-commerce and like platforms like Facebook and so on after the .com wave. So this, in my opinion, will also be a wave that crashes down, and I think there will be started up again. But if 95% of all the S&P 500 companies can't make profit of this, and it's all smaller companies or one-person companies who get a lot of help with these things, like doing bookkeeping for them, or helping them with bookkeeping, making images for Facebook posts, making content for Facebook posts and blog posts and so on. It's fine. It's great for the smaller companies. But is that the AI revolution that we are fearing? Is that the AI revolution that some of these CEOs want? I don't know. I'm just saying that maybe we hit peak AI. Maybe all of this should have another name than AI. Maybe it should be computing. Maybe it's just the computing power of machine learning that's been a lot better. I think like bots, robots, home robots like the Neo that's coming, and Tesla Optimus, and all the self-driving capabilities and so on in the Teslas. That's what we are going to see in the future. But calling it AI, especially AGI, with an artificial general intelligence just smarter than humans, I think it will require so much computing power that we just do not have it. And then people keep saying, what about the trajectory of computing power? That's I think it doubles every 1.5 years and so on. But I can't. Maybe it's Moore's law or Occam's. I can't remember this. But some say that this broke a few years ago, but no one has talked about it. I don't know. That's just who knows any of this, right? It's just up for debate. That's my opinion on it. That's my observations on it, because I don't know. Maybe we're going to be doomed in 5 years and have no jobs, and it's just an AI, and we sit at home and sucking our thumbs and just watching AI slop on the television and just being hooked up to the matrix or the bots, and the AI is taking over the world. Who knows? Thank you so much for watching.